This review is made possible by Gerald Nissan of Naperville. Gerald Nissan has an impressive inventory of both new and used cars for you to choose from. With top-notch customer service, Gerald Nissan of Naperville is ready to help you find the right car for your lifestyle. Visit GeraldNissanNaperville.com or in person at their location on Ogden Avenue in Naperville, Illinois. Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I'm driving a 2017 Nissan Sentra NISMO. Up front is a 1.6 liter inline-4 that has been turbocharged, and down below is a 6-speed manual gearbox. And if you want to read more of my thoughts, head on over to carmarshal.com/overdrive, where I'll be writing a complete review about the Sentra NISMO. But let's get back to that 1.6 liter inline-4. So, like I said, it has a 1.6 liter inline-4 that has been turbocharged. And right off the bat, you might not think that that's a whole lot of power, but packed up into this small car, it's barely over 3,000 pounds. It's honestly a lot of fun to drive. That cornering is like, wow. Like, we didn't break loose at all. Paired to it's that 6-speed manual transmission, which has quite the long throw, but that can easily be changed with a short throw shifter. This car is also really easy to rev match. I've downshifted it a couple times, and without having much previous experience driving this, it's actually super easy to rev match, and I love cars that you can do that in. Now, you can get the Sentra NISMO in a CVT or automatic transmission, which is fine, but I feel like if you're really an enthusiast, you're into cars, or you want to get into cars, and this is kind of your liaison into that, definitely go with the stick shift. Now the clutch grabs pretty low, which is actually really nice, and it's a really light clutch too. There's really nothing to it. You're not gonna have a sore leg after driving it your first day, which I think is really nice. The Focus ST that I drove, that I don't know what was up with that. I don't know if it was just that car, but that clutch was so heavy that after I did that review, I was a little sore. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't the most fun. But what really got me, what really gets me about the NISMO is the suspension. This thing actually grips really well. And fortunately enough, Nissan has allowed me to go onto their test track, and boy, is it fun on the track. Traction control kicking in. Wow. That's impressive. That's genuinely impressive. You know, this car doesn't sound bad either. It's not loud. It's not a shouty V6 or V8, and there's no obnoxious blow-off valve noise, which admittedly I miss. But it does sound pretty decent for what it is. Stock, it sounds better than the Fiesta. So let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me I have two gauges, RPM and speedometer, and the RPM gauge actually says NISMO on it and it's red. I really like that it reminds you that you're not just driving a base model Sentra. You're not, you know, the bottom of the barrel. You're the top dog when it comes to Sentras. And I actually really like that. People think it's ricey. People think it's a little extra to say NISMO on the gauges. But I personally like that. It reminds you that you got what you paid for. On the steering wheel, there is cruise control and your audio options, and the steering wheel has a red line in the middle. That's when the wheels are completely straight. The red line will be right at the top, which is super nice for cornering, that sort of thing. This steering wheel also feels really nice. Once I do upgrade my RX-7 steering wheel, I do want to do some type of material that's similar to this. In the middle, you get a little infotainment center. Nothing really crazy there. You have your heating and air conditioning controls. And down below that, you get a Nismo badge, which I just noticed, which is awesome. And then, of course, you have the shifter, which is lined in this sort of carbon fiber looking trim, and red as well, which again, I think is a really nice feature. It lets you know that you're driving something special. And then you have your handbrake and heated seat options. Speaking of the seats, these seats, they're racing seats, so they have higher bolsters on either side. They really keep you in place, and they're really comfortable. For me, being a bigger guy, it's hard to find racing seats that are comfortable, and these are actually really comfortable. It's really nice that they're actually embroidered with Nismo as well. So in the Nismo package, the 1.6 liter turbo isn't specific to the Nismo. You can get it in other Sentras, but the Nismo package does have the appearance package outside. It has that red trim, which I think actually looks pretty good for being a factory body kit. There are some factory body kits out there that are horrible. Take a look at any Pontiac G6 with that wing that, I don't know why GM ever did that, ever, but that is a horrible factory wing. This actually looks pretty decent. On the inside, you get this Alcantara on the inside of the doors, as well as the steering wheel. You also get 18-inch alloy wheels, which I think makes the car look really great, and it has the suspension. That suspension setup, I'm still raving about it, it's crazy good. This thing handles really, really well. As you guys saw on the test track, I wasn't easy on it, and it fought back. It put up a good fight, which I really didn't expect out of a Sentra. So is this thing fast? Not really. It's not a fast car. You're not gonna buy your Sentra NISMO and then start beating Evos and STIs on the highway. It's not going to happen. But you are going to have a very fun car that handles well and is quicker than most base model vehicles. The other reason why I'm so blown away by the way that this car handles is that normally, I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty biased against front-wheel drive cars. I've never really found a front-wheel drive car that I really loved in the corners. I've just always preferred rear-wheel drive because I know when the back end kicks out, I kind of know how to control that because that's how I've grown up. But this really does change my mind. This is really interesting to see a front-wheel drive car that just grips that well from the factory. This has essentially the same drivetrain as the Ford Fiesta ST that I reviewed. It's a 1.6 liter turbo, 6-speed manual, 4-door. And really, what comes down to it is, one, I didn't beat on the Fiesta as hard as I beat on this car in the corners. So in terms of handling, I would prefer the Sentra NISMO. But the other way that the Sentra has a leg up on the Fiesta is the rear seating room. The Fiesta is so small that if you have kneecaps, it's going to be kind of a rough ride for the Fiesta. But this is a full sedan. You know, you can actually fit a very decent amount of people in here comfortably as opposed to the Fiesta. So if you're maybe a parent or you hang out with people a lot, you drive a lot of people around, this would definitely be something to look at. If you're looking at the Fiesta or the Sentra, this definitely has more room in the back. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something about the 2017 Nissan Sentra NISMO. If you want to read more of my thoughts on it, over to carmarshal.com/overdrive. But again, hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight.